Hey, hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. Good morning, good night, good evening, wherever you are. Thanks. So first of all, I wanted to thank all the YSI team for doing this and all the people that are working behind me talking so that I can teach. Thank you so much. And most of all, I wanted to thank my teacher, Geshe Michael Roach. Without his teaching and his inspiration, it would be impossible for me to be here. I always admired from him the love he puts in his teachings and the humbleness when he teaches. And if it wasn't for him and his recordings, I wouldn't be in this path. And that is what inspires me to teach when I'm shy. And I think, why am I doing this? I could be at home, very relaxed. Why do I have to expose myself to teaching when I sometimes think there are so many people that know much more than me and could teach? But he always encouraged us all to teach. So I want to dedicate this class to him. Okay, let's see if I can. I have to forget about my teacher because if not, I can't teach. I can't talk. Okay, so first of all, if you don't understand English, there are several languages. And thank you, everybody who is translating and being my voice today in other languages. And today we are going to talk about diamonds. That is why I'm wearing this shirt full of tiny, shiny things. I thought it would be like good blood. And what the diamond represents for us in our lineage. And we are going to talk about emptiness. That I think is like the most important thing, that if anyone starts just to understand a little bit of what emptiness is, it will really change their seeds, their mind. And gradually, as you hear more and more about emptiness, it's as if the world starts changing for you. So please don't be shy. If you have any questions, I will try to leave some time for any question that you have. It could be about any theme, even personal themes, because there are many, many qualified teachers in this call. And if I can't answer, someone else sure will be able to help you with any doubts that you have. So I invite you to have this conversation with me. Don't leave me alone talking. You can unmute whenever I ask something or you want to say something. Just let's feel we are all together in a room having some tea and discussing about wisdom. I'm not here like a teacher formally teaching. I'm just trying to do my best to pass what I understood of my teacher's teachings. So to start the class, there's a lot of teachings about emptiness and what emptiness is, because it's really important. So I would like to start the class showing this, something I drink a lot, tea. So if I ask you, I show you this. And I ask you, is this cup empty? Someone can unmute and answer me. Is this cup empty? Karina, maybe I ask you, is this cup empty? Can you unmute?
I think no.
No. You read my script, so you keep like this. Okay, so Karina, it's not empty. Why is it not empty?
Because I see tea inside, like and tea, and it looks like it has something inside, and you're drinking.
Yes, correct. So this cup is not empty because it's full of tea. Now let's see, I show you this one. Is this cup empty?
I would say it's empty from tea.
Very good.
Sure.
Well, yes, because you already know a lot. But perhaps if it's your first time studying about emptiness, most of the people would say, yes, this cup is empty. Like this cup is full of tea and this cup is empty. I can't do the same thing with this than with this, right? So, but actually, as Karina said, the correct question would be, is it empty of what? Because actually, this cup is not empty. It's full of air, right? So when we say things are empty, it's like a sentence that is incomplete. The correct sentence would be, this thing is empty of. And you would have to add the thing that is missing. Because empty always means empty of something. This cup cannot be empty of nothing. As Karina said, it is empty of tea, it is empty of coffee, it is empty of hot chocolate, but it's not empty of air. So when we say things in our lineage, when we say things are empty, or even more, we talk about seeing emptiness directly. That is what we all are seeking to see. That is our final goal, right? To see emptiness directly. If we wanted to be more precise, or to fully understand the content of concept of emptiness, we would have to say empty of what? So what is what we are looking for, or why do we say we are trying to look emptiness directly? Can someone that knows unmute and tell me, what does it mean in our lineage to reach emptiness or to see emptiness? I'm sure. Don't make me ask. Let's see who's in here, but I know many people know. Let's see. Megan. Do you know? Megan Dombrowski. Do you want to unmute and tell me? Or any other?
Could you ask the question one more time, Terry, please?
Yes. When we say in our lineage, we're trying to see emptiness. What? It's the emptiness of what?
The nature of all existing things, that there is an absence.
Great. That's excellent answer. Thank you. It's the same as we did with the cup. We have to say emptiness of what? Okay, emptiness of tea, emptiness of chocolate, emptiness of something liquid. So in our lineage, when we are trying to reach that state where we get to see emptiness directly, it's not that we are seeing a diamond and we keep there like, oh, what a beautiful diamond we are seeing. And now we are going to talk a little bit. Why is it that we use the metaphor of a diamond to emptiness? It's not that we are looking at a picture like, wow, we get to see something like when we see a great movie or a very nice picture. So emptiness, it's when we reach that state that we see emptiness directly. Actually, what we get to see is an absence. So I always think of it of this like something that surprised you. Something that you thought it was there and suddenly it was not there. So if you remember emptiness from this teaching, try to remember it as me doing this like a moment. The first time I went to Diamond Mountain very long ago, the main kitchen and everything was not built yet, and we were having like breakfast in a very big tent. And Geshe-la had been teaching, as always, a lot about emptiness. And I remember I had this dream that always stayed with me. I still can remember it. It was like a very common dream in some sense, but in some other, it's not. And as I was saying before, if you've never been to Diamond Mountain, I really recommend you to go. It is a very, very special place where your dreams get different, the relationships get different, and the normal things like the sky or the stones that you see in your world every day feel and look different. So I also wanted in this talk to encourage you to go to Diamond Mountain. And if Geshe-la is teaching there, it's like a super upgrade. I was in that moment living in Argentina, and it was a long 2 flights to get there, but it was so worth to travel and to spend the money to go there. Okay, going back to my dream. So the only part I remember of that dream is I was making tea and I was going to the kitchen and I opened the sugar because I like sweet things, so I usually take sugar. And when I opened the sugar, I saw, maybe I'm too old and you don't know this, but when I was little and you were watching TV, at the end of that was one thing. The TV was not all day. it was some part of the night that the TV was like, no more series, no more movies. It ended. And when it ended, all the screen got like little pixels of, like, I would say diamonds now, but they were not diamonds, like little dots of gray and black. So you just saw like this, and it meant there was no TV. So in this dream, I opened the sugar, and when I opened the sugar, I was not seeing sugar. I saw that same thing I saw on the screen of my TV when I was little. So I think it would be like that surprise of thinking that you would find sugar and you found something else. That kind of thing that you were expecting something and you found it was not there, what you were expecting to see. So emptiness, the emptiness we find here and this moment is the emptiness of a world that is coming from the outside towards us. The emptiness of a Karina that is there and I see her and it has nothing to do with me. Even the color of her eyes that I remember are so nice, or her hair, they have nothing to do with me. Karina is there as a self-existent friend or woman. And I think when I see her, I see, that's Karina. But actually, Karina is coming from me, from my seeds. Because the Karina I see, it's not the Karina someone else is seeing. They are different. Maybe someone feels that Karina is very annoying. And for me, it's a very sweet woman. Let's see, I see a question. Does it mean emptiness is the thing never? I'm going to read out loud the question. Does it mean emptiness is the things never are the same? Things will change. Can I say that? Okay, very good question. Thank you. Earl, if you feel you have to jump in, please unmute. I will try to answer. So, the emptiness does not change. The emptiness is always the same. The emptiness of this cup is the same as the emptiness of Karina, and it's the same as the emptiness of myself. The emptiness is the same. What it changes is, how can I see Karina? Or how can I see the cup? Or how can I see myself? Because the how depends on my seeds that are rising moment to moment. But the emptiness of everything is exactly the same. And with your question, thank you so much for making it. You're taking me to the next subject, that is, why do we use a diamond to represent emptiness? Because the diamond is the stone that is so, so pure that each part of a diamond is exactly the same of the other one. They are the same pureness in every part of a diamond. So you can't divide a diamond as this part is different from the other. You can smash it and we would have very tiny diamonds, but the pureness is the same. I thought you were writing to me. Okay. So I know it seems difficult, but the more you listen to it and the more you take home these concepts and try to dream about them or think about them or make a song about them or make a yoga practice about them, the more you will try to understand them. So the word in Sanskrit for emptiness is shunyata. Can you repeat after me? Shunyata. And in Tibetan, it's called Tongpa Ni. Can you repeat? Tongpa Ni. Yes, unmute please. Tongpa Ni. Great. Let's see. Shunyata.
Shunyata.
Great.
Shunyata.
Yes, please, everybody unmute. Shunyata.
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 Shunyata. Shunyata.
Thank you.
Shunyata.
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 That is so beautiful. Thank you. So, shunyata implies something that does not obstruct other things. In other words, I will say it again. If there was no emptiness, because emptiness has this characteristic of non-obstruction. Emptiness has this characteristic of non-obstruction. So sometimes it is explained like a white screen or a white paper. Non-obstruction. As there is a white paper, I can paint or write what I want. So because emptiness has this characteristic of non-obstruction, and it is the same, the only thing that changes it is what is attached to. So when I was trying to understand this, I thought of emptiness like a sticker. I bought to my kids lots of stickers when they were small, and they were putting them everywhere. And I was telling them, don't put them on the windows because then I can't take them. So emptiness, it's like a sticker. It's always the same sticker. It's just attached to different things. But as I said before, the emptiness of the cup, the emptiness of Karina, and the emptiness of me, it's the same. And when we get to that state of seeing emptiness directly, that emptiness is the one we will see. Emptiness is the nature of everything that exists. Everything that exists as a form or as a mind. Everything has this emptiness. So emptiness is the basic principle of all existence. Are we okay? I hope I'm explaining myself as well. Okay. So now I wanted to get to a very beautiful word that I learned from Geshe-la, very some days ago, some months ago. It was new, I didn't know this word, and it's called nyuksem. Can you repeat after me? Nyuksem?
Newson?
Nyuksem. Yes, please
Nux.
unmute.
Newson.
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 Newton.
Newson.
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 Nyuksem.
Newson.
As you repeat, I will continue. Very beautiful that you are unmuting. Thank you. So nyuksem, it's something that I loved. It's a very beautiful thing. And it's related to emptiness too. Now listen to this. Nyuksem, it's the part of you. Earl, can you spell it for them, please? Thank you. So nyuksem is the part of you which has lived forever and will live forever. The part of you which has lived since forever and will live in the future forever. You can also call it core mind, or in some other traditions, they call it soul. The part of you that will live forever, it's eternal. And the beautiful thing is that the nature of this part of you is happiness or bliss. So when I heard this, I said like, wow, so there's a very, very tiny little part inside of me that even when I'm getting old and my body will start like becoming older and older, and even when I leave this world and I die, there's a very, very tiny part of me, my soul, my nyuksem, that will continue to live. And this part, its nature is bliss or happiness or joy. And that is so beautiful. Because if you ever saw someone die, I saw my father die. And the last part of someone when it's about to die, generally, they are suffering. And there's not much happiness around. The person that is about to die is not happy. Their relatives are not happy. If you're in a hospital, everything you see, it's like very cold. Or even if you're at home, you're experiencing a lot of suffering around you. But I went back to that day when my father died. And something changed when I heard this. There was like this thing of hope and this thing that I knew that even if the ones that we were around him, we were sad and suffering, this part of him that is bliss and its joy and its happiness could not be destroyed by the cancer. So it was like a very nice present of my teacher, or relief about that moment. Because he said, if you die, the last thing left, the last piece of life, the last part of life, which never goes out ever, is your joy which is emptiness. So it's not that, it's not only joy, it's joy associated with emptiness. This bliss or this joy or this happiness is holding to that emptiness, and nothing can divide them. Like a diamond, that you can smash it and break it into pieces, but you can't divide a diamond. So this emptiness of you is this nuxem, it's like stick together with this bliss, and they can't separate it. Even the worst cancer, the worst accident, the worst thing that happens when you die, this joy and emptiness that go together can't be destroyed and will continue. So I thought that was a very beautiful thing to learn, and a word that it's worth reminding. Okay, do we have any questions? We have a lot more to talk, but maybe, let's see. You can unmute if you want to ask something. Okay, I see no questions. Okay, do you want to go deeper? That is something my teacher always says. Do you want to go deeper? If you want, say yes, please. If not, we can just make some questions. My brother is saying yes. Let's see. So, okay. Everybody said yes. Okay. So everything has emptiness. The easy answer always is, does this have emptiness? Yes, everything has emptiness. Everything. Okay. When you don't want to go deeper, you just say, yes, everything has emptiness. Okay, so I wanted to teach you a very beautiful mantra that I also learned from Geshe Michael in one of his teachings in the Asian Classic Institute. So I really recommend you to go there. You can't be traveling all the time, going for teachings, but our teacher had the generosity to record all his teachings and give them for free. So if you want to learn more and you don't know from where, please go to that website, Asian Classics Institute. And there are tons of teachings, very, very beautiful, that you can hear from there. Also at Yoga Studies Institute, of course. Okay, so I will first say the mantra. We repeat it together. The powerful things about mantras is that even if you don't know the meaning, they are powerful. If you know the meaning, it's like an upgrade. They are more powerful. Okay? So I will say the mantra and you repeat after me. Shunyata.
Sunyata.
Jnana.
Shana.
Jana.
Vajra.
Cha.
Subhava.
Chupava.
Atmako.
Atmako.
Hum.
Hum.
Ham.
Hum.
Okay, I will put it in the chat and we will say it again. Hold on. Here you go. Let's say it again. We will now learn the meaning, don't worry. So, Shunyata.
Sunyata.
Jnana.
Jnana.
Jnana. 1.
Subhava,
Bhava.
Atmako,
Atmako.
Ham.
Ham.
Great. So we will learn now the meaning. So here, we could start with an Om, sorry. Om, Shunyata, Jnana, Vajra, Subhava, Atmako, Ham. So if you add an Om means here, may I act like my perfect teacher. So if you add an Om to that mantra, the meaning of the Om would be, may I now act like my perfect teacher. So for me, like my perfect teacher is Geshe Michael, when I say the mantra, or when I walk my day, I try to imagine that I am him, I'm my perfect teacher. And that inspires me to act in a different way that I normally do. Like if I was about to make some tea, how would my perfect teacher act? Okay, I think Geshe Michael would ask all the members in the family, does someone else want some tea? So you see, thinking of your teacher or acting as your teacher is as if your teacher was inside you and was acting through you and helping you to plant good seeds. So that would be Om, may I act as my teacher. The second word is Shunyata. Shunyata means emptiness, but it's the emptiness from the object side. So it would be like this. If I see the cup and emptiness then appears to me, when emptiness appears to me in that moment that you're seeing emptiness directly, when appears to me, that is Shunyata. Because we say you see emptiness directly. So you see emptiness directly. Emptiness appears to you so that you can see it. That appearing of the emptiness is the Shunyata here. Okay, is it clear? It's like the emptiness from the object side, emptiness appearing to me. That is Shunyata. Okay, then we will have questions. We will continue. The next one is Jnana. Jnana is how, after the emptiness appears to me, Jnana is how do I take that emptiness? In a normal situation, I get into a room, someone appears, and how do I respond to that appearance? If it's my husband, I would say, hi, hello, love, how are you? If it's someone I don't like, I would probably say like, what are you doing here? So Jnana is the subject part. How do you react to the thing that you're seeing? In this case, emptiness, Shunyata. And Jnana means I recognize emptiness. I act intelligently with wisdom, and I recognize that what I'm seeing is emptiness. So Jnana, to be there, it's like in that moment, I remember all the times Geshe Michael and all my teachers were talking about emptiness. All the classes I went, all the teachings, and I recognize with wisdom, oh, that is emptiness. That is Jnana. Okay? So we have Om, my teacher, Shunyata, Jnana, and then comes Vajra. Vajra means diamond, but in this case, it's meaning what we talked before, the joy, the happiness. Remember when we talked about Nyuksem? That joy, bliss, or happiness that is associated to emptiness? Here it's represented in the mantra by Vajra. So here Vajra means the joy, the bliss that cannot be divided from emptiness. Okay, so that was a Om, Shunyata, Jnana, Vajra. It's the joy, the bliss, the happiness. Then comes Subhava. Subhava means nature, nature of something. And then comes Atmako. It means the combination of all those things. So the nature and the combination of all those things. And I go quickly because the last one is very important. Aham. Aham, ham comes from aham. And it means that is me. That's me. Oh, that's me. Okay? Like when you get into a room and there is a mirror and suddenly you go like this and you say, ah, it's not there is someone else, it's me. You recognize that is me. That is the aham. Okay, so it's a very powerful mantra because it has all the stages that you go through when you see emptiness directly. All condensed in this mantra. Okay, I will explain it again. This mantra contains all the parts of the experience of seeing emptiness directly. First thing, emptiness appearing to me. Second thing, me with wisdom recognizing that emptiness. Fourth thing, happiness and joy that is inside all that, connecting these two parts. So it's very beautiful to think that bliss, joy, and happiness is connecting these two things that are appearing. And after all that, it comes the hum. That's me. That's my new me. That thing that I see, it's what I've always been wanting to see. And that is me. That is my new me. I see myself in a different way. And this is my new me. Okay? So even if you, from this class, you just remember this mantra, even if you don't remember each word, what it means, but you remember that it's related to emptiness, it's that you remember that it relates to that moment where you will become a new one, a new me, it will be very powerful. So you can put it on a post-it, on your mirror, on your car, on your fridge, because we have to try to adapt these teachings to our normal life. So put it wherever you can, just to read it once a day. Oh, Shunyata, Jnana, Vajra, Svabhava, Atmako, Hum. It doesn't even matter if you don't pronounce it exactly the way it is. Om, Shunyata, Jnana, Vajra, Svabhava, Atmako, Hum. or you can put it some music. Okay? Okay, who has a question? We're almost done. Let's see. You can unmute. Question. What after exit from samsara? Okay, that is like a full new teaching. What happens after the experience of emptiness directly? I wouldn't have time to explain all that now, but maybe what I can do is ask some of the following teachers to teach that. But what I can tell you is that you, after the direct experience of emptiness, something changes, and that change is irreversible. You would never, never, ever again be the same you. You would never, ever believe again that anything is coming from its own side. That is like the main great thing that happens after the direct perception of emptiness. Okay, so we have some more minutes. I would like to meditate a little bit with you to relax. So I invite you to close your eyes. Take home these two words, nyuksen, this emptiness associated bliss,
Nyuksen.
and this mantra. Yes, nyuksen. And now close your eyes. We will stay in silence for some minutes so that all these concepts get soaked in our heart and our mind. And let's put the intention in our hearts and in our minds of trying to reach this state where we can see emptiness directly. Now fully understanding what will change in us and for others. When all the things that we desire are soaked in emptiness, it's like an inner magician of discrimination that starts a new show, and a whole new world will become available. when all the things we fear and we are afraid of are soaked in emptiness. Again, our inner magician of discrimination will destroy these feared faces that we see in our world. Like Halloween masks that come out of their faces. And only this nuxem, this joy and bliss will appear. When our ego, this thing I call myself me, is soaked in emptiness, again, this inner magician of discrimination will reveal the emptiness in you and the emptiness in others. And this love of equanimity will sprout. So let's dedicate this class and this practice so that we all have the courage, the patience, the joy, the hard work of studying, and our daily practice of serving others, so that we can reach that blissful state. Emptiness is a jewel that has been buried in your heart for millions of years. It cannot be discolored or harmed. And that jewel can be brought out into light at any time. And very slowly open your eyes whenever you're ready. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Joseph. And I hope you continue coming to these talks and also teaching. Try to teach. We all can teach. If I can teach, everybody can teach. So thank you so much.